So, you want to talk about the money store?
Not really. No. Not at all.
Why?
Fuck you. I was forced against my will to listen to it, and I did not enjoy it at all.
I'll be honest, I wasn't actually, like, I didn't want to, like, force it onto you that last minute.
We had nothing else to do for this little intro bit, but...
Yeah, so, I know I told him that someday I'd do it to him.
So I was expecting it, I just didn't expect it today.
Neither was I'll be honest. But yeah, I forced him to listen to one of my favorite albums of all time.
Which is now my least favorite album of all time.
My music reviewer I watch, Anthony Fantano, he rated this a perfect score. You see why?
No. No, I don't.
Alright, what would you say is the one track that you liked, probably that you hated the least?
Hated the least. Bitch Please.
Bitch Please.
Only because he said something about coconuts and bitches.
No, that was Hacker.
That was Hacker?
Yeah.
Oh, then I like Hacker best. Something about, bitch, we have all the coconuts. Or coconuts, we have all the coconuts, bitch.
Tables will flip, no, we got all the coconuts, bitch. That's probably one of my favorite songs from him. Just because of how fucking ridiculous it gets.
I will say this, though. The one thing I did enjoy being forced to listen to this was just randomly calling out when he said things like, suck my dick, or...
Fuck you was
yeah.
That was the first one.
That was funny. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But that was it.
You didn't have much of a reaction for... Actually, that's a lie, because one of my favorite songs from there, Lost Boys, I'm surprised you didn't have much reaction from that, aside from, like, how different it was.
Yeah. Was that the one that I was complaining where it was ear rape, or was that the other one?
No, that was, like, the third one.
Okay.
So, like, after the one where you're like, fuck you, the only thing I understand is fuck you.
Oh, God.
You said Double Helix was the one you hated the most. That one was one of my favorites.
That was the one that was ear rape.
No, that was the one that you said, like, where, like, it started, you're like, I already don't like this.
Ear rape was the one I hated the most.
Yeah, that one I knew you would hate, like, absolutely.
It was... No.
I know, like, we were, like, starting Punk Wait. I'm like, oh, he's gonna fucking want to shoot his brains out after this one.
I do. And I want to take yours out, too. Again, this was torture. Cruel and unusual.
Cruel and unusual torture. I just destroyed his 8th Amendment rights?
Sure.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I think it's 8th.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah.
God.
That's the money store. I can't wait to listen to this in the car now with you.
No.
After we've listened to it once already.
No.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Splash Screen, the award-winning podcast. With a name now, instead of drinking games, you don't have to use a temp name anymore.
Yep, it's about time we have something real.
Yep, it is official. We are Splash Screen.
Yee.
Hell yeah. So I'm with new Death Grips bass guitarist, said to be like Zach Hill, but with a guitar. He is Freebiy.
Hi, that's me. How's it going? Leader of the Zach Hill fan club over here. So, you know. And on the other side of the table, because we're sitting at a table this time, is the one, the only, the leader of the other Zach Hill fan club, Dranksoholic.
We like Zach Hill.
I've only known him for like 2 minutes from watching one video, and it's great.
He's definitely had to have like sold his soul or something for those drumming skills.
Probably.
Yep.
But, you know. Yee.
Nice. So yeah, we finally have a name now, so that means we don't have to stick with saying temp name drinking games.
It's about time.
Yeah, I think Splash Screen works really well, just because, like I said before, it implies that there's liquids involved, and we do have drinks ahead of us.
Got some liquid in my hand.
And then speaking of which, we don't actually have glass drinks this time, so we have to...
cans.
We have cans, so...
Ooh, yeah, baby. Got some good old Mountain Dew right here because we totally forgot to go do a drink run, so we just got whatever was lying around at the house.
Yeah. The setup's slightly different. So I usually Freebiy comes to my place. I went to his place this time, and then that kind of threw him off because he comes to my house, we go on a drinks run, and then yeah.
But times are different today. It won't be like this every time. This will probably be the only time we recorded at my place.
Yeah.
But,
I like this setup a lot, though.
It does.
I think it's just because we have like a whole lot.
Me too.
I think it's because we have like an entire table to ourselves.
Yeah, we should. I don't know. Maybe consider doing that at your place.
We should invest in a table.
Like a big table.
Yeah.
Not some crappy like nightstand or whatever.
Yeah. And with that, I say let the games begin.
Woo! Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You start.
All right. Let's start with I'm gonna start with a classic, World of Warcraft classic. Earlier this week, they did their first stress test where they got, I don't know the exact numbers of how many people they got on to the servers, but they got a lot of people, and it went very well from what I was told. I wasn't able to make it because I was at work.
Oh.
At the time of this recording, I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or Wednesday. So it was earlier this week. It went very well. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm in the beta yet. So, and I don't know if I will be, which is kind of sad. So, I started playing on private servers today because I want to play classic. So I'll play on the private server, the unofficial private servers, until the official servers come out.
Are they making it like a revamped classic, basically?
No, it's literally just how the game originally released in 2004.
Oh.
I mean, they're doing some changes to like they're changing like the friend system because like it used to just be like in game like character based, but now like you can it's like attached to like your Battle.net account, so you can see like your Battle.net friends and whatnot. They didn't change the graphics at all, but they updid the resolution because it's a 2004 game in 2019. Okay. No one's gonna want to play it in like square, because I wouldn't want to play it in square anyways. It's gotta be like that good old rectangle or something like that. But yeah, they're not starting at like 1.0. I think they're starting at patch 113, but they're gonna roll stuff out as if they were starting at 1.0. I think. I'm not following it as closely as I should be because I'm just not. I don't know why. But we have a release date now. I think September 27th. I think.
That's a while.
I think it's September, anyways. But it's still a few months away, but it's gonna be good. I would like to point out, however, that they said it was going to be a summer release. I don't think that's a summer release.
That's not a summer release.
It's not. The beta is a summer release, but I think they were talking about the original game. So.
Okay.
Oh well, at least we're getting it. Because people have been wanting official classic servers for years now, which is why the private servers exist. So, we're getting them. It's about damn time.
Alright. So we both played Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yep.
I recently got a Switch.
That's right, you did.
Which was like, I've wanted it ever since like
Are you in the family yet?
No, I'm not.
Damn it, you need to be in the family.
Should we text Grant right now?
I mean, you probably could do it. You talk, I'll text him. I think you need to have your Switch with you.
Oh yeah, true.
Do it when you get home.
Yeah. Just taking care of business, my podcast. So, I got a Switch pretty recently, which it's been way too long since I've wanted this thing since, like, it came out 2 years ago?
Was it 2 years ago? Wow, that's been a while.
Maybe. I don't remember when it came out.
I know I got mine a year ago.
But basically, okay, so then, because you pre-ordered, right?
No, I pre-ordered...
Ultimate.
I pre-ordered... I pre-ordered Ultimate, yes.
Okay, but like ever since the Switch, actually not even like before it got like released, like before it got, like when it got announced like the first time, and I knew that the new Smash Bros was going to be on there, I wanted it. So I finally got it, and Smash Bros Ultimate obviously was the first game that I got because...
Is it still the only game you have for it?
No, I have a Mario Kart as well.
Nice.
But Smash Bros is like, I've played it since like Melee, because I remember I got a GameCube as like a birthday gift, and then I got Melee as like one of the first games for it, and I've been in love with the game ever since. And now that I finally own the console in which I can play the newest edition of the series, it's fucking wonderful. It's been a while, but Joker was released.
Yep.
Which is he's like one of the most fun characters to play. Like people, I remember when he got released, people were like, "Is this an S tier character already?" But yeah, I really like the way he plays, and then he's definitely one of my new mains. I've been practicing like every now and then, and I'm at the point where I can fight mainly eight levels, like level 8 CPUs, nice. And then 9 is difficult. I mean, eight's difficult too, but like,
can you beat 9s, or is that?
I can beat 9s, but it can be a real struggle sometimes. But I think most of that is just attributed to like Joy-Con jank.
Oh yeah, because you have some oddly janky Joy-Cons.
Yeah, but
we more recently we've been tending to play Smash a lot. The two of us and one of our friends, and you and Grant have been complaining about how janky your Joy-Cons have been recently.
Yeah, I think that's because he has bootleg GameCube controllers, which work out very well.
Yeah,
because that's how
those are not bootleg; those are actual. GameCube
are those
controllers.
actual?
Those are actual GameCube controllers with an unofficial adapter.
Okay, it's a bootleg adapter. But he said I know I was talking to him about it, and he said I can just get like a bootleg GameCube controllers, and then it'll work out fine.
I mean, I just got a fucking Elite controller. Not an Elite controller. That's for Xbox. A Pro controller.
But that costs like money.
Yeah. So does everything else. Is this country is made on money. This is capitalism. Damn it.
What do we live in America? Or
yes.
Something?
We live dead center in the middle of it.
We do though. But yeah, so Smash is fun.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of Smash, E3's next month.
Yep.
So is the next Nintendo Direct, which means they're probably going to announce the next Smash DLC character. Mm-hmm. Who do you think it's going to be?
I have not a single clue.
Who do you want it to be?
I'm fine with anyone, honestly.
I want the fucking Master Chief.
I actually talked to a friend about this. He said, like, Master Chief is highly unlikely, even though, like, it makes sense. Like, it would make sense. It's not impossible, but, like, it's highly unlikely.
Let's go through the list. We have Snake.
Yeah. I was like, we have Snake, we have Bayonetta.
We got Joker. Because Joker's Persona's an M-rated game, isn't it?
I don't know, but either way, it has, like, pretty fucked subject matter.
It does. They have guns. Really does. So, I mean, Master Chief really isn't out of the question.
It's not impossible. And it's...
I would say the Master Chief is more likely than Steve from Minecraft, because a lot of people want Steve.
I can see that happening, though.
But I feel like Steve and... if they did do Steve, it wouldn't be like... that wouldn't be like the Microsoft character, because the rumors are going around that there's going to be one Microsoft character. I don't think that would be the Microsoft character, because, you know, Minecraft's on everything.
True.
Because it's on... there's two versions on the PC. You got the like... two versions on the Xbox, one is unsupported now. Mm-hmm. Two versions on the PlayStation, one unsupported. Two versions on the Switch, one unsupported. Then you got mobile. I mean, Steve would make sense, but I would rather the Master Chief.
Yeah.
Especially with Halo Infinite coming out and the rumors of Xbox Live Game Pass coming to Switch. Which means all the Halo games would be on Switch through Game Pass.
It could happen.
I want the Master Chief.
We'll just see, because like they don't leak shit.
No, they don't. Nintendo's really good about that.
Yeah, so we just won't know until it happens.
Ooh, we're gonna have a great time. I just thought about this, but we're gonna have a great time doing the podcast around E3 time, because there's gonna be so much to talk about.
True, Contemporaries is gonna be fucking stacked.
That might just be the entire podcast. I mean, let's be real. We'll do like a yearly E3 special where that's the only thing.
We'll just do like one thing for each section, and then we'll go like, all right,
yeah,
E3. Or we might just do like an E3 special, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah, probably. We'll just probably do an E3 special, because, you know, we're gamers. This is technically a gaming podcast.
Yeah.
Kind of. A good majority of it is, anyways.
Yeah.
So, be forward. Look forward to that.
Be forward to that.
Be forward.
And that is the name of the podcast of this round.
Forward?
Be forward.
Oh god. Okay. Since we brought up Steve, I guess I'll start talking about Minecraft.
All right.
I think at this point it was last week. 1 week ago exactly, May 17th, was Minecraft's 10-year anniversary.
Happy birthday.
Fucker's 10 years old now.
It doesn't feel like it should be that.
It
It
really
seems
doesn't.
like it's such a, like, an iconic game now that it seems like 10 years is, like, young. Like, it seems like it's been around longer.
It
even.
does. But then I go back and, like, I've been watching some videos where they're like adventure maps where you're supposed to identify what block came in what version. And oh boy, am I so wrong. The Redstone update 1.5, that was in 2013.
Fucking hell.
1.8, the update that changed the world, that was in like 2016. That felt like it came out a year ago. Not the point. Minecraft is 10 years old. On the 17th they announced a few things, like Minecraft Earth. Have you heard of that yet?
I think I've seen some stuff from it.
Minecraft Earth is going to be their AR mobile game, kind of similar to Pokemon Go in a way, where you go off, wander, like you collect blocks and mobs, but instead of like capturing them and turning them into candy and making the other mobs stronger, which is a fucked up thing to do if you think about it, turning Pokemon into candy.
If you think
Pokemon.
enough about Pokemon, it's fucked.
It is, but I love it. You can actually like build things and then put them on display anywhere in the world.
I think that sounds really cool.
It's a really cool concept. You can sign up to join the beta right now, and if you sign up for the beta, I think you get like a free Bedrock skin that you wouldn't get normally, which is I think like the overworld, because I don't remember. I don't even know if like the whole skin thing is still a thing, but it was on the 17th when I signed up for it. I don't know if the beta testing has started yet, so I can't really talk about it because I haven't. I got an email confirming that stupid mini fridge. I got an email saying that they got my quote application or whatever to join, but that's it. I don't know if it started or not.
Okay.
But it's going to be interesting. I think I'll actually play it because it does look like a lot of fun. I'll probably go back to playing Pokemon Go at the same time if I play Earth, because I'm already going to be out there getting blocks, finding chickens, so might as well do that. Continuing down the list, we got some more information about Minecraft Dungeons. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be like a Diablo-esque separate game, entirely separate from the main Minecraft game.
Oh.
They did an interview that came out again on the 17th to go with 10-year anniversary. There is not going to be a class system. It's all based on like the gear you pick up. So like if you want to be like an archer, you find a bow, but say you don't want to use a bow anymore, you pick up a sword. And then like if you want to be like a wizard, you pick up a staff and you start casting spells and stuff. But then I think they said there are going to be like talent trees that's attached to it as well, but the trees are going to depend on what you pick up. Like if you have a sword, you're going to have the sword talent tree. If you have like a bow, you're going to have the bow talent tree and whatnot. I think. I really loosely read the article in like 2 minutes, so that's kind of what I picked up. Let's see. The dungeons are going to be randomly generated, and they're not going to be all underground. There's going to be some surface levels too, because it says dungeons, but there's going to be some above ground stuff. So, and for now, that's really all we know about dungeons. There's no release date. It's just that's coming out by the end of the year. And there's no like beta or anything yet. There might be at some point, but not yet.
Okay.
Still going on. This was one of the big announcements for the 10-year anniversary. Can you guess what it is?
What is it?
Minecon. It's like, why is that a big announcement? They do Minecon every year. It has a new name though. It's not Minecon Earth anymore. It's Minecon Live. Ooh.
So great.
It's gonna be the same as Minecon last year. It's gonna be all live streamed. Not much to talk about there. 1.14.2 has a pre-release. Pre-release 5. Holy shit, there's a lot of stuff broken in 1.14 right now. Lighting is broken, so meaning mobs can spawn anywhere during the day, which is not good. I've only seen one case of this, but it was on the Hermitcraft server, and they're like a big group of YouTubers and whatnot, where their chunks just like the chunks in the world just randomly reset back to default, destroying like halves of buildings and stuff. So they had to reset. They had to like restore the chunks, and it was big hassle. Another thing, chunks just wouldn't load.
So you just walk around and then just like a fucking pillar of just nothing.
Yeah, kind of like how it used to be on the 360. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
It's like that, which is awful. It's been years. Fix it. This is a bug that's annoying, but I'm kind of fine with because I like the concept of it. Raids, infinite raids, like it doesn't stop ever.
Oh god.
I like it's a bug, but I kind of like the concept of like a endless wave battle thing because I like Call of Duty Zombies, and that's essentially what that is. Another thing is entities will just randomly disappear. So if you have like a cow pen of like 300 cows, cows are just going to be gone. No cows. On the bright side, there's a it's not the official release yet, but there is a preview version of Optifine for 1.14, and I would say it greatly helps with the lack of stability for 1.14.
Yeah.
It's not for 1.14.1, which is out, but it's for 1.14, which is good enough for me. But, you know, one day they'll get it right. And that's all I have for Minecraft right now.
Nice. So I played It Moves. This is a free-to-play horror game on Steam, and it's inspired by a story by a man named... short story by a man named Michael Whitehouse. Sorry, I can't speak English, it would seem. It's almost as if it's not my first language or something.
My first language is stupidity.
I say that, but English is my first language. So yeah, it's a free-to-play horror game. It follows the story of, like, you're playing as this little kid who, I believe, if I'm remembering right, his family moved into a new house, and his older brother decided that he wants to sleep in an old room. But the kid that you play as kept the bunk bed that you used to sleep with, and you sleep on the top bunk. And the whole theme of the story of the game is that normally sleeping at night is something that's supposed to be like pleasant, but there's like this creature, whatever, that is terrorizing the kid, making night the most terrifying thing there. So when you're playing the game, it switches between you kind of having these nightmares that you eventually wake up in a cold sweat to, and then the game telling the story of like what was happening at night, like about like the experiences with this creature that's been terrorizing you all this time, and like how like sort of just basically just the experiences of it. The atmosphere for this game is extremely well done. I've heard when I saw like some of the reviews for it, like after I've played it, someone compared it to like Silent Hill, which I see where they come from because that is a game that is like...
Yes, that is a game.
No, because yes, that is a game, in fact. But because Silent Hill is one of like the first horror games that really emphasizes atmosphere more than it does just like spooky monsters and like jump scares and all that. Because, like I said, the atmosphere for this game is really well done. I remember going through these environments and just being like, oh god, I am in for a fucking show. Even just like the loading screen. I remember I tweeted like a picture of just like this really terrifying loading screen. I was like, what have I gotten myself into?
Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, I know, because you specifically just replied, stop.
Just stop. No. What is it with you in horror games? What's wrong with you?
Look, horror's really good, alright?
I get that, but it's not for me.
I think we just come to like an understanding that I'm super into things that you would never be into.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, so the game is sort of, it's really not much more than that. It's more of just like a story being told, as well as like a bunch of really different atmospheres that you experience, like you play through. Like you go around solving different puzzles, so you can kind of move on to like get out of the level, so that it can continue on with the story that it's telling. But I kind of wish that like maybe the places that you explore in the game are more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they kind of all fit together a little bit well. I mean, you can argue that, like, oh, these are supposed to be nightmare sequences. They don't have to tie into anything, which makes sense. But I kind of wish that there was some sort of thread that kind of...
NCU, the Nightmare Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, I wish there was an NCU so that these would all be tied together. I mean, I think it's fine. But because like I said, the atmosphere is very well done. So if you're like a horror vet like me, this is something that you can very much appreciate going through. But I do wish that there was like at least a little bit of meaning tied to him, because to me when I played it, it felt a bit more just like going through these different horror assets more than you are just playing one concise game. But it's fine, and it's free to play, so
I mean, free to play. Yeah.
You can't argue with that.
No, not really.
So yeah, like I said, if you're a horror vet like me, this is something that you'll very much appreciate. But if you're someone who's not very much into horror, you might
like me,
like you. This might be This might be just like on the line between too upsetting and bearable. So yeah, I check it out.
Okay, I will not, but you can, listeners.
I'm pretty sure you said that last podcast when I was talking about horror stuff.
Probably, because I don't do that shit. Although I've been meaning to actually sit down and do like record
Amnesia, Dark Descent,
some horror games, like record them for videos and shit. Because I feel like that would be good.
I will give you recommendations.
Okay, you do that. You know what's a good game?
What?
We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. Well, a character from it.
Oh.
Persona 5.
Nice.
Game's fucking great. I totally did not care for the Persona games at all, literally until Joker got added to Smash. Because one of our friends, Grant, he got Persona like after Joker got added. I think he got it because Joker was in Smash.
I think he's played it before.
Has he? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's played it before.
Anyways, he got it, and he wouldn't shut up about it. So I was like, if it's that good, I'll try it. And oh my god, is it good. I've played it for like a total of 10 hours so far, but 8 of those 10 hours were in like one sitting. And I almost beat the entire first palace in one go. I didn't. I ended up losing to the final boss. And that was the first time I had died in the entire playthrough, and it was like 4 a.m, so I just kind of quit. But oh my god, it's so much fun. I'm not usually like a fan of like turn-based games, with the exception of like Pokemon and stuff, because it's Pokemon. But it does it well, and it does it interesting, and it's really good. And if you have a PlayStation, I highly recommend getting it, because I think it's $40, because it's not the full $60 anymore. But I would also recommend waiting for, what's it called, Persona Royale, which is going to be like the Game of the Year edition or whatever, because it comes with every DLC. Because I don't have all the DLC. That'll probably be like $60 though, but that's up to you. That's coming out sometime next year, right? I think.
I don't know.
Don't quote me on that one.
I don't remember.
It's coming out at some point, so I would recommend either getting Persona 5 now or waiting for that one to come out and playing it, because it's really good. Excuse me.
Oh my god. I was going to take that out of the podcast, but you know what? I'll just leave that in there.
Oh god.
Alright.
You go.
Alright, so I played Downwell. This is a game that's actually free to download if you have Twitch Prime.
Ooh.
So I was like, alright, you know what, I need a new game, so I decided to pick it up, and it's really fun. It's basically an arcade-style game developed by Ojiro Mopin Futomo. I hope I didn't completely fuck that up.
I would have so.
And so that's who it's developed by, and then it's published by Devolver Digital, which is actually the same publisher that published Gris, which I talked about, I believe.
Digital.
Yeah.
What else have I done? Because that name sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Well, they did publish Gris, which was a game that I talked about, I think, round 2? I mean, we don't call these rounds anymore, but round 2.
Right. What are we going to call these now?
I think I'll just call them episodes.
Okay.
It'll be boring. Because rounds doesn't fit well with splash screen. Another round of screens.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, I'm just looking up Devolver Digital because I'm trying to see what they made.
Okay. But, so yeah, it's an arcade-style game. It's nothing too crazy. It's basically, the synopsis of the game is that you're a guy who's falling down an endless well, fighting monsters, and you have gun boots.
Nice.
So basically, the only way you go is down, and you have gun boots. So you have to use those to both kill the enemies, which have to be below you in order to do that. You have to basically try and maneuver around like these different levels without moving upwards enough, because you can jump, but you can't jump like high enough to like backtrack a lot. And you just kind of have to pick up upgrades and pick up gems that you can use in shops that you find, so you can buy like health and like more power to your gun boots, I believe. It's a very fun game. It's also very difficult. And I don't know if that's like the way the game is, or I'm just really bad at video games. Probably a combination of both.
Yeah, I would say both.
Because, like, you have, like, different areas. Like, I believe the first one's just called, like, the Cavern. And then you have, like, other places like the Catacomb or something like that. And they're split into, like, different levels. And I've only gone, like, 4 levels down at the farthest. I think I've gone to, like, halfway through the first. I mean, the 4th. Maybe, like, almost to the 5th. I don't remember. But, yeah. It's a very challenging game. And it's also aesthetic as fuck as well. Like, It's like a pixelated game, and it kind of reminds me of like something you'd probably play on like a Game Boy. I was gonna say GameCube, but no, Game Boy. So yeah, it's a nice little arcade game that's free with Twitch Prime. I would highly recommend it.
Is it still with Twitch Prime?
I believe so.
Okay.
If not, I think it's like on Steam as well.
Okay. Endgame. It was good. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The spoiler ban has been lifted,
It's been lifted for like 2 weeks.
So we are in this. If you haven't watched Endgame, watch it.
Again, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Basically, yeah.
Stop listening, go see it, then come back and finish it. Please. Because we're going to spoil it hard. God, it was such a good movie.
It was.
Like, I don't even know where to begin.
It's a really good conclusion for like the story from Infinity War. Like, I remember walking out, I was like, well, that's the movie. We're done. Go home. That's it.
I would kind of be interested to watch both Infinity War and Endgame back to back. Because, you know, that's how it was filmed. So I would like to watch it like that.
I kind of like it better with like Infinity War than like the long wait for Endgame.
Yeah.
Because that did a lot to build suspense. And then it opened with like Hawkeye like just before the snap.
Sad.
Which is really sad. It was a really somber movie, especially like the first time they killed Thanos, which was like the thing, which was like their plan that
he went for the head.
But like that was like, I noticed like that was the plan that they had when like with the trailers, right?
I was amazed that they went for the fucking head in the first 10 minutes. I didn't think that's how it was going to go at all.
It was funny. Like, people have made jokes about, like, Thanos just casually making breakfast one day, and then some people just break into his house and chop his arm off, and it just, like, worse the stones. He's like, they're gone, chief. And then they kill him. But yeah, the thing that was the moment that they were building up to in the trailers, only for it to just be shut down by the fact that Thanos used the Infinity Stone to destroy them, so that the thing, like, killing half the universe was set like unchangeable thing. And then kind of following the sort of like really somber tone like 5 years after that to see like where the characters are. I thought that was fucking
Let's just take a moment to thank that rat. You know, the one that got back from the quantum realm or universe or whatever. If it wasn't for that fucking rat, they probably wouldn't have been able to fix anything.
The Rat was the real hero of this.
It really was, because Quantum Realm, like what the fuck?
I didn't watch any of the Ant-Man movies, so
Neither
I was
did
like,
so I don't, I didn't understand any of that.
I know like Ant-Man and Wasp, I think it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one where he goes into the quantum realm and shit.
Yes.
But I haven't seen any of them, so
I do
was
know that
lost
the
with it.
post-credit for Ant-Man and Wasp was him going into the realm, and then the snap happened, and he gets stuck in the realm because people outside got snapped.
Yeah,
So that's all I do know.
but yeah, the second like he came back and he's like, okay, time travel. I was like, oh god, we're in this.
Normally, I would say never do time travel, but I feel like they did it. They did it well.
They handled it well. Like they kind of understood that like how time travel works.
Yeah.
So I think that's fine. But it's when anytime time travel is introduced in anything, shit gets fucked and it's weird. So I can't blame the movie for any weird time travel stuff that happens. I do love like the fact that Thanos from like in time finds out that he won, so he goes to like take the stones again. I thought that was interesting. The fact that like they killed Thanos once, well they lost to Thanos, killed him only for him to fight him again. I thought that was kind of cool. But I mean,
I saw a very interesting post about alternate Thanos.
what?
Somewhat, and I wouldn't say interesting. I would say stupid, because people were questioning how he knew what the Avengers were. At that time, it was 2014. The Battle of New York was 2012. He's gonna know the Avengers because he stopped their attack 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, is it that hard to figure out? Like, he's never seen them before, but he knows who they are.
Yeah. I do like how the movie was like, it wasn't just like, oh, hero versus villains for like the first half of it. I like how it was kind of like an adventure story of like each character going to find the Infinity Stones in like different points in time.
I thought it was a very nice touch how like they brought, or like how they handled like the time travel stuff, like going back to the Battle of New York or getting like the Soul Stone or what, not the Soul Stone, whatever, the one from Guardians of the Galaxy. How like
The Power Stone.
yeah, how they showed off like the event from the movie that you saw years ago, but from a different angle.
Cool dancing like an idiot.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a thing where it's just like a meme where it's just like Hawkeye and Black Widow are like, all right, we're gonna get the Soul Stone, and Nebula's just like, because she knows like how you get it.
It's probably a good thing that she didn't say, because had
Yeah.
she said, they wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah, definitely. I think they still would have gotten it, but like there would have been much more hesitation.
Right.
I guess want to just skip to the ending? The ending.
Sure.
First, so after a final battle that was fucking insane, we finally get the Avengers winning, and everyone's back.
Because they always win.
But
Kind of.
But then Tony Stark dies.
Rest in peace, my dude.
I wasn't surprised by it,
Neither was I.
but
But I didn't expect him to go out the way he did.
I think I was fine with like his death.
I mean, I was fine with it. I just wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I expected him... I don't know what I expected.
I mean, he like basically almost died in like every other movie that he was in.
Yeah.
So then like for it to just finally happen, I think is kind of sad.
I think the only times he didn't almost die were like the other Avengers movies, because he almost dies in like his solo movies, but not like the other ones.
He almost dies in the first Avengers. I don't know about Ultron.
Oh, that's right, because he went through the wormhole.
Yeah.
With the nuke.
And he almost like didn't make it back.
Ultron and Civil War, he did not almost die though. So
Yeah.
other people did, but he didn't. Some people did die. Rest in peace, Quicksilver.
I didn't care.
Neither did I. That's an interesting question, though. X-Men. When are they going to show up? There's also talks about the Fantastic Four coming in, and then, I mean, there's Deadpool, but I doubt that'll happen.
Yeah.
It's Disney. Thankfully, I'm so happy that they let Deadpool stay as an R-rated movie.
Yep, definitely. Because
It
he is not someone who needs to be. He has to be in an R-rated movie.
He really does. It wouldn't be good if it wasn't. Yeah, I said that right.
It wouldn't be good if he wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good grammar. I had to question myself.
Just had to make sure. But yeah, that was Endgame. That was a very fun movie to watch.
Next on the list of movies is Far From Home, which is going to be the first movie in the MCU chronologically that takes place after Endgame. I haven't seen the trailers of it, but I know that it's going to be very heavy that Tony Stark is dead and is going to be everywhere across the movie because you know it's Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And because if you've seen Endgame and Infinity War, you'd understand. Because fucking Tony had a picture of Peter in his cabin or whatever. Sad boy.
We're all sad boys.
Yeah.
So I watched Hereditary, which is a horror movie that people said was a very good one, but I was skeptical because there's been a lot of really shite horror movies coming out. But as a horror vet, I'll say that this one was really fucking upsetting. Like, this is the first horror movie that I watched where it kind of teeters between the line of genuinely difficult to watch and kind of consumable, I guess. So basically it's a movie about loss, and it just kind of starts with because you start with this family, and then the mom's mom, the grandma, it starts with her dying, and then just kind of the family coping with that. But the whole movie and well, it hints at some of the horror stuff, because you have this girl Charlie who's a kid who's kind of fucked. Because there was as an example, there was a scene where she chopped off a bird hit the side of her school window, and then she chopped its head off.
Oh,
just because you do that, I guess.
I mean, that was my favorite thing to do in school.
I mean,
decapitate birds.
Did you not do that in school?
I mean, I did it at least once a day.
I was doing it twice a day, get on my level.
I mean, there were other things I could do, just going out and just killing the freshmen.
As you should be.
Because they deserve to die. Some of them do, anyways. Some of them are alright.
But yeah. Eventually in the movie, Charlie dies in an accident. A really terrible death, decapitation.
What the fuck?
What?
I'm getting a call from Ethiopia. I will not be answering that.
I was gonna say answer it, but no.
No. Fuck that. What if I get some STD through the phone?
I don't think that's how STDs work.
It's the future, man. You never know.
So anyways. So eventually in the movie, Charlie dies a really terrible death, decapitation, a beheading.
Nice.
Well, not someone going up and chopping her head off.
I mean, that's what she did to birds, so it's only right that she gets decapitated.
That's a good point. But that happens, and then the movie just kind of goes downhill from there. It follows this family that they weren't really together, but then after Charlie's death, and then the mother's desperation, and kind of her feelings of sadness overwhelming her, kind of just brings this family to shreds. And then once you introduce ghosts and shit and rituals to bring back the dead, things get really fucked.
Nope.
And by the end of the movie, I was just sitting there I don't even know if I can say I enjoyed that. That was just fucked. So yeah, it does a really good job of using everything that goes into making a movie to build horror. The sound design is very good, the composition is really interesting, the atmosphere that it uses with composition and lighting is really good as well, and it uses all of that to make an experience that is genuinely upsetting. So if you're a horror vet, even for a horror vet like me, this is something that will be difficult to watch at times. And if you're someone who's not into horror, I would very cautiously approach this one.
I won't even approach it.
But yeah, it's a really good movie that I was glad to watch, finally, because it's been a while since it was out, and finally getting the chance to watch it was worth it.
Nice. Staying on the topic of horror.
Whore.
Whore. You're a whore. Horror. Do you like horror stories?
Yes.
Do you like real life horror stories?
Yes.
I got a YouTuber for you then. Mr. Nightmare.
That's spooky.
His channel is literally just retellings of real life horror stories that happen to actual people. That's it. And it's great. He hasn't uploaded in like the past 2 weeks, but there's like 3 years of content. So you can go back for a while and find stuff to look at. Because they're legitimately just like... It's like two to like 4 stories per video, depending on how long the story is. But they're all like... The video's all like themed to like school lockdowns, or like former police officers, or like you're in the forest. Stuff like that, or like a blackout or a thunderstorm or something, bad weather. They're all real stories that real people submit to him, that he doesn't go and find them online. People send them to him, like the people that it happened to send it to him, and it's just really fucking disturbing. Because like,
I think you've told me about this before. You said like it goes into like even like home invasion stuff.
It does,
which is
like, I was listening to one earlier today where some kid was playing like Fortnite or whatever, and like a hand came out from under his bed and grabbed his leg.
What the fuck?
And it was like some 60-year-old dude that was under his bed.
Nice.
And it was just him and the old dude in the house.
That's fucking terrifying.
But thankfully the guy didn't do anything. He just left. He just grabbed the kid's leg and he left. So
I like that he just leaves after that.
Yeah, it was something like that. Anyways, it's fucking terrifying, and it's real stories, which makes it even better. Like, that's probably as far as I'll go with anything horror related, because it's real, so that makes it a little more interesting, in my opinion. So I don't know, it's good. Check him out, Mr. Nightmare.
Cool. So I listened to Madvillany by Madvillain. This is a album that came out in 2004, and it's a collab between MF Doom, rapper MF Doom, and then producer Madlib. And I think this was an album that, like, one of the songs, Figaro, just kind of came up on Spotify just kind of randomly when I was like, just like after the auto played, after I was listening to something. And I fell in love with Figaro like the second I fucking listened to it. So I decided to check out the album, and this is a really interesting album. Because you have MF Doom, whose flows and rapping style is really interesting. Like, the way he raps is interesting because, like, even though it sounds kind of like quote-unquote boring, his flows are really, like, well done, and, like, they're basically like the definition of flows. Like, they transition like the words transition very well into each other. And then you have Madlib, whose approach to production is both interesting and kind of really weird. So when you have these two like titans collabing together, you get Madvillany, which is an album that's very interestingly produced with really nice lyrics, with which is very rich in samples. And it's all under the theme of like two villains coming together, joining forces to basically wreak havoc on the world.
That's fucking cool.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Send it my way, please. I'll listen to it.
I will. So yeah, you have like everything about this album I love. Because like I said, the production, like, it's willing to do some of the weirdest things, but at the same time, it's kind of like extremely endearing. Like, you have songs like Accordion, which uses an accordion in the background of it. You have, like, a song like America's Most Blunted, which is literally about, like, a man being known for rolling the best blunts in America. Mm-hmm. With, like, some of the weirdest samples of, like, pro-marijuana usage commercials, like, way back when. It's very great. It's very weird, but it's very endearing, and it's very great. I don't know if there's much else I can say about it. That's not just me gushing. I think this is an album that you should really listen to, because the way they use the samples and the way they kind of approach making music is very interesting. Because, like I said, you have two titans collabing together two of America's most powerful villains,
Nice.
as said in like the intro track, coming together to wreak havoc. So Madvillany by Madvillain, very much something you should listen to.
What's your favorite Call of Duty?
MW2?
Good answer. Because Call of Duty 2019 is rumored to be the next Modern Warfare game. Rumored. We don't actually know if that's true or not. And it's being called... And if it is, it's just called Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare 4. Because it's apparently supposed to be a soft reboot of the Modern Warfare saga. Which will be interesting. And this is purely based off of a leaked potential E3 show list of the different games that it's going to be talked about by Xbox, and it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare was on the same list as Halo Infinite and games that we already know of, so it could potentially be true and whatnot. So don't know, but then what's your other favorite Call of Duty game?
It would be Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 5 is next year. Because for whatever reason, the game that was going to be developed by Sledgehammer, there's probably a reason out there, I just don't know the reason. They're skipping Sledgehammer this year, and they're going to go straight from what could potentially be Modern Warfare back to Black Ops 5.
I'm super skeptical about it, because as much as fun as I had with Black Ops 4, I've got a lot of fucking problems with it.
Yeah. But from what I have seen, it's rumored that Black Ops 5 is supposed to take place around the same time as Black Ops 1.
Okay.
Which could potentially be good shit right there. Don't know yet. Because again, that's the 2020 Black Ops. 2019 we still don't even know about, and we're almost halfway through 2019. So
we'll see.
I'm hoping they're going to be good, because these are both... Because Modern Warfare are my favorite Call of Duties. And then, the original Black Ops were my favorite Black Ops. So, these have the potential to be good games. Potential, not guarantee.
Nice. So, we have a rumor then. New Destroy All Humans will reportedly be revealed at E3.
God, I can't wait. I hope that's true.
I hope it's true, too. Because, fucking... How long has it been since I've even heard of this game? Because, I've played this game long before I even moved here, basically. If that gives you any Man,
that game.
you Aiden specifically.
Yeah.
Any kind of understanding of how long it's been.
The first one came out in 2005.
Yeah. Because I remember playing this back in elementary school. That's how fucking long it's been. This is quite the game.
It's on the PlayStation 4.
Is it on the PS4?
Apparently, according to Google, it is.
Shit. Well, you have a PS4, you know what you need to do then.
Yeah.
So yeah. This is a rumor. The article that I read said that it's very likely that at E3 it will be announced, but there's nothing concrete just yet, which a reboot of a game like this from... what's the name of the company again?
Pandemic.
Pandemic. Is it Pandemic?
Yeah.
Okay, Pandemic. A game like this being rebooted by Pandemic is not at all out of the question.
That's a very interesting thing. I didn't know Pandemic made those.
Oh, what?
Sorry, I'm just looking at the games by Pandemic. Apparently, Pandemic also made the original Star Wars Battlefront games.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. So,
No.
the 2004 Battlefront, the 2005 Battlefront 2.
Yeah. But yeah, to see a new Destroy All Humans is something that I really want to see.
That'd be really
It
cool.
would be I would probably go I would scream like a girl.
I don't think I've ever played Destroy All Humans before, but I've seen videos of it and it looks like so much fun.
It is so much fun. But it's been so long since I've even heard of the name, let alone touch the game. So I want to see this happen. and it's not out of the question, is basically what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
So we'll just have to wait till E3 to see if this happens.
Hey, that's next month.
That's next month, so it's pretty fucking soon.
And don't worry, when E3 happens, like we said earlier, we're gonna do like special episode where that's all we talk about.
Because that's too much to fit in just one of these regular podcast episodes.
Yeah. So it'll just be one podcast out of the year where we just gush about video games the entire time.
Oh yeah.
That's if you're watching us and you don't like video games, why are you watching us?
Well, I guess listening to us, really.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I know we don't talk about video games the entire time, but that's a good majority of what we talk about.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are expected to come for E3. I actually didn't pay attention to E3 that much last year, and I think that was mainly because I was just busy. But
I think last year was the year I paid the most attention to E3.
yeah.
Because I think I took time off of work to watch E3.
We're like somehow both the same and also completely different people.
I might try to take time off of work for... Well, when is E3 next? When is E3?
I think it's like early June.
Early June?
I'm assuming.
Ooh.
I have no idea. We'll see.
Because I might try and take time off of work again to see it, or just to watch it.
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe. June 11th to June 13th.
So like mid-June. That's still like pretty close though. That's like what, 3 weeks away?
It's gonna be yeah. It's,
As of the time recording this, like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, because it's gonna be Tuesday through Thursday.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in that.
I guess I can start with that.
What you got?
At the moment, there is no content because I just haven't recorded any. I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I'll get back to it. Don't worry. That being said, I'm also looking. I'm always down to play a new game. So if you've got any like suggestions for just dumb games, or good games, not horror games, no, send them my way, because I have an idea. I have Thief Simulator, if you've ever seen that, and I want to play it. I've played it a little bit, but I've been like holding back on it because I want to record it, but I just haven't had time to record it. So I'll do that at some point. And then the other thing I want to do is at some point I want to start doing like Portal 2 with that idiot on the other side of the table.
I am that idiot.
Portal
I would like
2.
to confirm.
I'm gonna do like just like custom workshop maps probably. I guess it's not technically workshop. Is it? Would that be workshop?
It would be workshop.
Yeah, we're gonna do some workshop Portal 2. Good shit.
Which should be fun. Portal 2 is one of my favorite co-op games, honestly.
It's one of the best co-op games.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially with such like a wide variety. Is that like the right term for like the amount of like community maps?
I wouldn't know.
There's just a lot of community maps out there that are really good. So it will have, that could be like a very like long recurring thing we do. Just play Portal 2.
I'm just already like expecting those sessions to be so long.
Oh, they will be. Depending on the map though, because some could be stupid easy or stupid short.
It's just a door right there.
It's just a door. That's it. You did it. You're good. I hope they're not that bad.
Yeah, I really hope so.
We'll probably want to run into like one or two, but what do you got?
All right. So I believe it was either last podcast or the one that got like fucked. Because
we didn't talk about that at all.
Yeah, we didn't. We recorded this episode earlier, but apparently, like, for some reason, halfway in, even though Audacity, which is what I used to, like, record the audio for this, even though, like, it showed that, like, audio was being picked up, it wasn't playing back anything. And then when I would export the, like, project into, like, an MP3 file, I think it is, or a WAV file, it wouldn't play. So I'm hoping that's not happening right now. Otherwise, that's the second time we've recorded this. But yeah.
If that happens again, backup plan is when I get off work tonight.
Yeah.
If you're up.
Okay.
We'll just do it again.
For a third time. And talk about the same things again.
We need to be good about this. That's all I have to say.
I wanted to do, like, record, like, edit this, like, last week, but I couldn't because the audio was fucked.
There was nothing to edit.
Yeah. But that's enough of that tangent. Anyways, what I was trying to say was that I mentioned in a previous podcast, I believe it actually was not the one that got dumped, but the one before, like the one that's like the latest episode.
The last one, yeah.
Last episode.
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, where I talked about like how I was looking at different like stands that I can use for like my phone, because like I said, I was thinking of getting a camera, but I have a phone that can record like what 1080 60 FPS and 4K 60 FPS.
Yeah.
I tried testing with 4K earlier, but it wasn't working well because apparently Vegas. Actually, it's not even Vegas. It's that this laptop only has like a 1060.
Right.
So it's not it can do like 144p, but 4K is kind of out of the question.
Fair enough.
So I'll stick to 1080, but I mean 1080 60 FPS. That's still really good.
Fucking good.
That's basically like what you expect for almost every single video.
Yeah.
So yeah, the stand is bought. I just need to. Well, I did a little bit of testing with some video, but I need to actually like be able to sit down and record something so that I can actually like upload something. I think I might just start with just like kind of test footage and like testing the waters. So maybe nothing concrete too yet, but expect to at least see something on the channel.
Can you give us an ETA on when said video might exist?
I want it to be next week, but I can't guarantee that. So at the very latest,
End of the month?
like not end of the month because that'd be next week, but like 2 weeks from now.
Okay,
At the
so,
very latest.
Okay.
But
End of the month is next week?
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
we're close to the end of May, Chief.
What the fuck?
Yeah, literally a week from now is the last day of May.
Where has time gone?
That's a good point. So yeah, expect to see something on the channel. Maybe stuff that will end up just getting deleted later, but it's just something. And then I just need to figure out what I actually want to draw for like the first. I actually want to do it for the first videos. I'll try not to put too much thought into it because I know that if I do put too much thought into it, then I won't actually get to it.
Me.
I will draw you maybe. Who knows? I think I had some ideas already. I just need to actually like get to actually drawing them.
Right.
And then it could possibly be delayed because I don't have any like artificial lighting. So I'm fine with like doing natural lighting because like my setup is like where I draw all the time is right next to a window.
That's a big fucking window.
Yeah, but I mean like maybe I might delay it a little bit just so I can get some artificial lighting for the sake of that's not being restricted by the weather.
It's probably a good idea because like weather or time, say like you want to do it at like you have an idea at like 2 a.m. There's no sun at 2 a.m.
Well, there is. It's just not there.
Well, you know what I mean. That and you can never rely on sun.
Yeah, I mean,
what if cloud?
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 Good heavens, Reginald, this seems to be cloud.
That is very cloud.
You just spat everywhere when you did that.
It's very cloud.
But yeah, so videos soon, TM. Hopefully next week, at the very latest, like 2 weeks from now. So expect something. And with that, I think that's a podcast episode.
Yep.
I'm just glad that we have a fucking official name finally.
It's about time.
Splash Screen.
It's been like, what, 3 months?
You said like if we don't have a name by round 5.
I think technically this would have been round 5.
This would have been round 5.
Yeah, so.
But it's round 4 because last podcast recording got fucked.
Oh.
But that's fine because we're fine now.
Yes.
Assuming that this is still recording.
Let's hope so.
This is going to be a very meta episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, though.
I mean, we're fine being meta, so I think it's not terrible.
It fits our comedy, I would say.
On comedy, on crime.
Yes, cloud.
Cloud.
But if we're wrapping... Oh, shit.
What did you do?
I don't know what I did. If we're wrapping up, then we should probably say, like, our parting words. If you enjoyed the podcast, please do stick around for more. We try to do these twice a month.
Yep.
Try, keep being the keyword.
This probably would have been like within the same month.
Yeah, but since we got fucked on the last episode.
Yeah. So sorry for if it's late.
So we try. If you want to follow us on our other places, there will be going to be links to that in the description. Are we going to do a link dump? Do we want to do that, or do you just not want to fuck with
I don't think there's actually anything that we have talked about that is a link dump.
I mean, we could just link dump to, like, Minecraft.net when I talked about Minecraft, but
Okay.
I don't know. Well,
If we have anything to link dump, it will be in the description.
Link dump description. And on top of that, join our Discord server. Link in the description. Please talk to us.
Don't get lonely on me like last time.
We're lonely. Yeah, no, we have a Discord you can join down below. So feel free to join that. Join it. It's made for gamers though, but then again, that's what Discord's for.
That's also what this podcast is. A gaming,
yeah,
sorta podcast.
Sorta, like I'd say like 50-50. Yeah. So Discord.
That exists.
Yeah. Did I already say where to find us? Yeah, in the description. I think I already said that. And with that being said, this has been the award-winning podcast Splash Screen.
Mm-hmm. I am Drinks.
And I am Freebiy. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Goodbye.
Gooby.
Gooby.
Gooby. Oh, God.